On to the headlines. Precision and accountability. The role of traceability in managing surgical instruments. World AIDS Day 2024. My Health, My Right. A call for accessible and inclusive healthcare. Digital libraries to smart classrooms. The role of traceability in streamlining academia. Tracking potency and purity. How cannabis traceability protects consumers. Rugby in the heart of Africa. The rise of Kenyan teams on the global stage.
Hello and welcome to Traceability TV News, your source for the latest updates on global traceability and safety concerns. I'm your host, Miriam Munyoki. Our first story takes us into the critical world of healthcare, where precision can mean the difference between life and death. We're focusing on surgical procedures. We're ensuring that every instrument is accounted for and safe. In the complex and high-pressure environment of surgery, even the smallest oversight can lead to significant consequences. That's why the use of technology in tracking and managing surgical instruments has become a game changer. It's not just about efficiency. It's about enhancing patient safety, improving surgical outcomes, and maintaining the trust of patients and their families. Healthcare professionals are increasingly recognizing that comprehensive traceability isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for modern medical care.
In modern surgical environments, accountability is not just a goal, it's a necessity. Traceability systems are playing an increasingly vital role in the operation room. With each surgical instrument now being tagged with barcodes or RFID chips, hospitals can trace an instrument's journey from sterilization to the operation table, ensuring it is sterile and ready for use. This kind of monitoring significantly reduces the risk of infection or leaving an instrument inside a patient. Beyond safety, traceability also streamlines operations. Data on instrument usage helps healthcare providers manage inventory, optimize costs, and adhere to strict regulatory requirements. It's clear that in the demanding world of surgery, traceability isn't just about keeping track, it's about saving lives. Furthermore, these traceability systems create a reliable audit trail. In the event of an issue, hospitals can quickly pinpoint when and where a problem may have occurred. This level of accountability not only supports better patient outcomes, but also enhances legal protection for healthcare institutions by providing clear evidence of best practices. Regis Regina, Traceability TV.
World AIDS Day 2024, under the theme My Health, My Right, underscores a crucial message. Healthcare is a fundamental human right, not a privilege. With over 4 decades since the first cases of HIV and AIDS were identified, the global community has made significant strides, but the fight is far from over. There is a growing call to make healthcare more accessible and inclusive for all, especially for those living with HIV and AIDS. Today, we focus on the progress made, the ongoing challenges, and the commitment needed to ensure everyone has access to quality care. Access to healthcare goes beyond treatment. It's about dignity, empowerment, and equity. This year's theme emphasizes that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, deserves the right to make informed choices about their health. The questions we must ask ourselves is, are we doing enough to make that a reality for all? Let's hear more from our reporter in the field.
Healthcare advocates are emphasizing the importance of accessible and inclusive services for people living with HIV. The theme, My Health, My Right, is a reminder that everyone deserves access to comprehensive health services, free from discrimination and stigma. In many regions, marginalized communities still face significant barriers, ranging from cost and distance to social prejudice when trying to access life-saving care. Across the globe, innovative programs are being developed to bring healthcare closer to those in need. Mobile clinics, digital health platforms, and community-based support groups are helping to bridge the gap. These initiatives not only provide medication, but also offer counseling and preventive services, creating a more holistic approach to managing HIV/AIDS. However, advocates argue that more investment is needed to strengthen healthcare systems and reduce disparities that persist. Additionally, there is a push for more inclusive education around HIV prevention and care. Experts emphasize that breaking down the stigma requires honest, open dialogue in schools, workplaces, and communities. By focusing on education and empathy, we can work towards a society that supports individuals living with HIV, empowering them to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
We turn our attention to education, an area undergoing a rapid transformation thanks to digital innovations. From digital libraries to smart classrooms, technology is revolutionizing how we learn. A crucial part of this shift is the role of traceability in ensuring that academic resources are up to date, accurate, and accessible. As we move towards a more interconnected educational environment, traceability is becoming a key tool to streamline operations, protect intellectual property, and guarantee that the information students rely on is credible. This focus on traceability is not just about efficiency, it's about enhancing the quality of education itself. Whether it's tracking the digital rights of textbooks or ensuring that online resources meet academic standards, traceability helps to create a transparent and more accountable academic space.
In the rapidly evolving world of education, traceability is playing a critical role behind the scenes. In digital libraries, for instance, every ebook and academic resource can be tracked to ensure it remains current and accurate. This traceability means that educators and students have access to the latest information, eliminating the risks of outdated or incorrect content being used in academic settings. It also helps libraries manage licenses, ensuring that copyrighted materials are used appropriately. Smart classrooms are taking this a step further. With interactive tools and digital resources, traceability is ensuring that data shared between teachers and students is secure and reliable. Whether it's tracking a student's progress through adaptive learning software or verifying the sources of digital materials, traceability adds an extra layer of credibility to the learning experience. These systems not only protect academic integrity, but also foster a culture of accountability within educational institutions. Moreover, traceability in academia extends to research publications and intellectual property. Researchers can now verify the authenticity of data and track the history of scholarly articles, preventing plagiarism and ensuring that credit is given where it's due. This contributes to a more ethical and transparent academic environment where ideas are respected and innovation is encouraged. Winton Luther, Traceability TV.
We are now taking a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more news updates after the break. Welcome to Traceability TV, your ultimate destination for all things traceability. We're the global platform that brings you the latest in traceability news, interviews, and live event coverage. From in-depth news updates to exclusive interviews, Traceability TV keeps you informed on the practices that are transforming industries worldwide. Our mission is simple: empowering organizations to achieve transparency, accountability, and sustainability throughout their supply chains. Our vision: a world where every product's journey is visible, ethical, and sustainable. At Traceability TV, we offer unparalleled opportunities for brand visibility. Feature your company, highlight your traceability solutions, and showcase your commitment to GS1 standards. Leverage our expertise to create high-quality advertisement videos that resonate with your audience, or sponsor a segment to position your brand as a leader in the traceability space. You can support us by partnering on special projects. Your contributions help us deliver more in-depth analyses and expand our global coverage. Traceability TV is more than just a channel, it's a movement. Join us in building a future where every product's journey is visible and trusted. Traceability TV. We trace it, you trust it. As more countries and states legalize cannabis for medical and recreational use, there's an increasing focus on safety, quality, and consumer protection. This is where traceability systems comes into play, offering a way to track cannabis products from cultivation to consumption. With concerns over potency, purity, and safety, robust traceability is essential to ensure that consumers get exactly what they pay for without harmful surprises.
The cannabis industry has seen unprecedented growth in the recent years, and with that growth comes responsibility to ensure product safety. Traceability systems are now a cornerstone of the industry, enabling producers to track each cannabis plant from seed to sale. This ensures that every product can be traced back to its source, providing a clear history of how it was cultivated, processed, and distributed. For consumers, this means greater confidence in the potency and purity of what they are buying. These systems are particularly valuable in monitoring the presence of pesticides, heavy metals, and other contaminants. By maintaining a detailed record of testing results and production practices, companies can quickly recall products if issues arise, minimizing risks to consumers. It also helps regulators enforce standards, creating a safer marketplace overall. Furthermore, traceability is empowering consumers to make more informed choices. With the data accessible through QR codes or any online databases, buyers can check the exact strain, THC content, and any lab results for a product before making a purchase. This level of transparency is helping to build trust in a young industry that continues to face skepticism. As legalization expands, traceability will be critical in setting a high standard for safety and quality across the board. Regis Regina, Traceability TV.
Our next story focuses on agriculture and public health, where the rapid spread of animal diseases can have devastating consequences, not just for livestock, but also for human populations. The use of advanced traceability systems is emerging as a powerful tool to contain outbreaks, ensuring that infected animals are identified and isolated quickly before they can spread disease. From the farm to the processing plant, these systems track the movement of livestock, offering a level of control that was previously unimaginable. Beyond just containing outbreaks, traceability is also about prevention. By monitoring animal health from birth to sale, these systems provide valuable data that can detect patterns and predict potential risks. Let's go to our correspondent who has more on how these innovations are changing the face of animal health management.
When it comes to preventing animal disease outbreaks, speed is everything. Advanced traceability systems allow farmers and veterinarians to respond quickly by tracking each animal's health history, movements, and contacts. This means that if a disease is detected, authorities can immediately trace its origin and identify potentially exposed animals, limiting the scope of the outbreak. These systems are also helping to maintain consumer confidence with concerns over zoonotic diseases that can be transmitted from animals to humans. Traceability offers reassurance that the food supply chain is being closely monitored. Farmers using traceability technologies are not only better equipped to handle crises, but they also benefit from streamlined operations and improved animal welfare practices. Additionally, traceability plays a crucial role in international trade. Many countries now require comprehensive animal tracking as a condition for importing livestock products. This not only ensures safety, but also opens up new markets for producers who can meet these stringent standards. It's a win-win scenario that promotes health, transparency, and economic growth. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
In a world where digital transformation is reshaping every industry, effective asset management has become more crucial than ever. Organizations are turning to traceability to keep track of physical and digital assets, ensuring they are used effectively, maintained properly, and protected from loss or theft. This is about more than just keeping inventory. It's about maximizing value and maintaining accountability in complex operational environments. From high-tech manufacturing facilities to healthcare institutions, traceability provides a comprehensive view of an organization's assets, allowing them to make smarter, data-driven decisions. Let's go to our correspondent who has more on why traceability is becoming indispensable in today's digital landscape.
For many organizations, managing assets is a challenge that grows with scale. Traceability systems are stepping in to simplify this process by offering real-time tracking and monitoring of valuable resources. Whether it's machinery in a factory or IT equipment in an office, these systems provide a clear record of where assets are, how they are being used, and when they need maintenance or replacement. This level of visibility is not only about efficiency, but also about security. In sectors like healthcare and finance, sensitive equipment and data must be tracked meticulously to prevent losses and ensure compliance with strict regulations. Traceability systems help organizations avoid downtime, reduce operational costs, and maintain a clear audit trail for accountability. Moreover, traceability enables predictive maintenance. By analyzing usage data, companies can anticipate when an asset might fail or require servicing, minimizing disruptions. This proactive approach saves time and money, ultimately enhancing an organization's bottom line. Janet Zalani, Traceability TV.
Traceability TV. We trace it, you trust it.
Welcome to Visibility Sports News. I'm your host Regan Getao. Today we focus on a sport that is rapidly gaining recognition in Kenya and across the globe, rugby. Known for its passionate following and competitive spirit, rugby has become one of the standout sports in Africa. Kenya in particular has shown impressive progress on the world stage, with both men's and women's teams making their mark in prestigious international tournaments.
Rugby has long been a sport of strength and spirit, and Kenya's journey is a testament to both. From humble beginnings in a local league to storming the international scene, Kenyan rugby teams are rewriting the narrative. The Kenyan Sevens, fondly known as Shujaa, have left their mark in global tournaments like the Rugby Sevens Series, earning respect for their athletic speed and indomitable will. Beyond international stage, local clubs such as Cabra Sugar RFC and KCB RFC continue to nurture grassroots talents, providing a solid foundation for future stars. The sport has grown beyond Nairobi, with regional tournaments drawing huge crowds and inspiring a new generation. Kenya's rise in rugby isn't just about competition. It's about identity. Fans have rallied behind the teams, making rugby a source of national pride. However, challenges remain. Limited funding, infrastructure, and opportunities to compete internationally are hurdles to compete and overcome. But with the passion and dedication seen in both players and supporters, the future of Kenyan rugby looks promising. Regina, Traceability TV.
From the grit of rugby to the elegance of polo, Kenya is embracing a sport once reserved for loyalty. Dubbed the sport of kings, polo is gaining traction among Kenyans, combining tradition, competition, and community. Polo is not just about the game, it's about the lifestyle, the prestige, and the thrill of the competition. In Kenya, the sport has found a unique home with various clubs and tournaments emerging across the country.
Polo has found a unique niche in Kenya's diverse sports landscape. Once considered a sport of exclusivity, polo is now attracting a broader audience thanks to vibrant events like the Kenya International Polo Tournament held annually. Venues such as Nairobi Polo Club and Manyata Polo Club have become hubs of activity, hosting tournaments that blend the thrill of the game with social and cultural celebration. Kenya's strategic location and picturesque landscapes have turned these events into major draws of international players and enthusiasts alike. But it's not just about the competition. Polo in Kenya is fostering a deeper connection with equestrian culture, highlighting the bond between riders and their horses. As the sport gains popularity, more local players are picking up the mallet, and initiatives to make polo more accessible are already underway. The hope is to grow homegrown talent and make polo a sport that reflects the vibrancy of Kenya. Janet Zalani, Traceability TV.
We believe in the power of standards to transform the way we work and live. GS1, the global language of business. And that wraps up our news bulletin for the day. Stay tuned for an informative documentary on tracing hope, the story of World AIDS Day and the role of GS1 standards. As always, I've been your host, Miriam Munyoki, and this is Traceability TV. Every year, on the 1st of December, the world pauses to observe World AIDS Day, a day to honor lives lost, celebrate survivors, and renew our commitment to ending the HIV and AIDS epidemic. This year, we reflect not only on the journey so far, but also on the role technology and innovation play in delivering hope. World AIDS Day was established in 1988 as the first ever Global Health Day. Its purpose was clear: to raise awareness about HIV and AIDS, stand in solidarity with those affected, and educate the world on prevention and treatment. The epidemic first emerged in the early 1980s, creating fear and stigma, but amidst the challenges, hope grew. From the discovery of antiretroviral therapy to global initiatives like UNAIDS that brought treatment to millions. Today, over 38 million people live with HIV worldwide, and the fight continues. When Jane was diagnosed with HIV in 2003, she thought her life was over. The stigma was overwhelming, and accessing medication was a struggle. But thanks to organizations that provided ART and educated them, she learned to live and thrive with HIV. Survivors like Jane remind us that HIV is not a death sentence, but it requires consistent access to quality medication, which is a challenge in many parts of the world. Kenya has been at the forefront of fighting HIV and AIDS with institutions like the Kenyatta National Hospital, the AMPATH program in Eldoret, and hundreds of community clinics delivering life-saving care. These hospitals play a critical role in ensuring no patient is left behind. Behind the scenes, technology plays a pivotal role in ensuring safety and availability of HIV and AIDS medications. GS1 Kenya is part of this effort, providing global standards that improve the traceability and delivery of medical supplies.
As a GS1 Kenya, we first of all help entities, that are manufacturers, companies, and stakeholders in the supply chain to identify. In this case, we are looking at the antiviral drugs, the ARVs that are key for the HIV patients. For us to be able to identify that the products that these patients are consuming are authentic, we need to be able to, first of all, understand what drug is being given to the patient, number one, and who is manufacturing this drug, who is selling this drug in the supply chain. Having identified these drugs, we offer standards to enable the capture of this information. Standards like the data matrix and the barcode that is normally on the product is what a patient and the caregiver scans to verify the authenticity of the drug. When was it manufactured? What is the batch number? What are the details of this drug? From that linkage of this information, all stakeholders in the supply chain share this information in an accurate and standardized way. You know, the ministry and all the partners in this fight against HIV and ensuring that the viral loads break down to marginal figures need this information. And traceability as a tool is supporting this. As GS1 Kenya, we are working with various manufacturers who are members, but also at the same time, we are engaging health institutions, the government, and the caregivers to understand how information about these products is accessed and shared to the patient. It is a right for the patients to understand, what am I taking into my body? When I come into the health center, tell me, show me on how to be able to identify the products I'm consuming. Through this information, the patient is more engaged and they are fully informed about what they are consuming. And in the long run, we are able to support so many with this information.
These standards also help healthcare providers monitor stock levels, predict demand, and prevent waste. In a fight as urgent as this, efficiency saves lives.
So as you are aware that the supply chain in Africa is really fragmented, you know, we are currently supporting so many entities. First of all, the manufacturer as the producer of these commodities are doing their part. Every drug that is currently being manufactured or imported into the country is required to come with a GS1 unique identifier, in this case a GTIN, alongside the data carrier, which is a data matrix. So this information is already happening, but we still have a challenge that hospitals and the specific smaller institutions are still not able to share this information in a structured way. You find that the packaging already has the information. So as GS1, what we are trying to help to solve this challenge is we are engaging effectively through sensitization, you know, because once these stakeholders are informed that information is available, how do we capture this information and then we are sharing it to the specific relevant stakeholders. So it's basically that simple challenge. The information is available through the manufacturers. We have it on our systems globally, but there is still a gap between the caregivers and the patients, you know. So through sensitization, engagements in our various forums, we are able to reduce on that gap. But also we advise all entities in the supply chain to adopt technology. Invest into systems to support your patients communicate efficiently, you know, because we even have identifiers whereby the government is able to uniquely identify every patient using our standards. Once a patient comes into the institution, they capture the patient's details. You know, this helps us to track, because there are patients who don't come back for their drugs. You find that on the record, the government had so many patients, but we are unable to understand where did this patient go to. You know, they've been getting care and so on, but all of a sudden, we are unable to track them. Because if we follow up on them, we are able to even give more services through other development partners, and we're able to improve their standard of living. You know, so it's the fight against how to bring down the HIV rate globally, but most importantly in Kenya. So,
World AIDS Day reminds us that this is a fight we can win. With innovation, collaboration, and compassion, by adopting GS1 standards, governments, hospitals, and organizations can ensure that every patient receives the care they deserve.
As we celebrate International AIDS Day, I would like to remind each one of us to always verify the commodities the products, the drugs we consume. Information about these products is readily available. Simply scan the data matrix on the product and have access to all this information. GS1 cares.
Together, we can create a future free of HIV and AIDS. This World AIDS Day, let us renew our promise to leave no one behind. The journey continues, but with innovation like GS1 standards and the courage of millions, we're moving closer to the goal.